Hi, I'm Sin E.
And I'm Sadiksha, and you're watching
Cosy Corner!
Today, we've invited 3 guests from across NTU. Let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Ping Hui. I'm a Year 2 student from NTU School of Art, Design and Media.
Hi, I'm Jotek, a Year 2 student in Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
Hi, I'm Himani. I'm a Year 3 student from Nanyang Business School.
Today, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into what exactly student life looks like outside your faculties.
In NTU, you can experience a wholesome student life not just within your own faculty but also in various different places, such as Halls and CCAs. So how do you balance between student life and your academic life?
For myself, I will try to schedule my lessons to be in a certain few days so that I can reserve time that I can do stuff outside of my academic life, such as my CCAs or my hall activities.
More so for me, I think I try and make sure I get the tasks that require the least amount of time out of the way as soon as possible. Given the nature of my CCA, it requires a lot of energy and time because it's not a one-off thing. It is something that occurs concurrently and there are a lot of events happening at the same time. As such, there's not a single time where I just have to sit down and get a task over and done with. So I think for me, the best way I have learned how to cope is by completing tasks that require the least amount of time as soon as possible.
So can you share a bit about how your time manage? Because currently time management is very crucial, right? I think what a lot of students face is that they don't know how to separate their time out and how they plan accordingly. Maybe you can share about how you do that?
Personally, I am a very forgetful person. That's why I tend to use things such as calendars and always just pen down everything, like listing down our activities, which one has higher priority. Then it lets me have a bigger picture of what's going to happen for the whole month, or rather the week.
When you come to university, I realized that there's a lot of distractions. Even though there's a lot of things that you can do outside of your academic life, sometimes can be a bit distracting from what you actually want to prioritize. So what Jotek also shared just now is he likes to make lists and likes to actually write down what he wants to accomplish. I think that helps you to be more targeted and to be more focused in what you're doing so you don't wander astray and waste your time in the end.
I think something that's very important is having like a plan for the week. Because I think the only so-called break you get from school and all its like busyness is during the weekends. So I think the weekend you tend to like wind down but also get ready for the next week. So you just gotta, I think, mentally prep yourself of all the major events, tests, or whatever you may have in the upcoming week. And I think that just gives you more control over your life in general, allows you to manage your time much better as well.
I think definitely having your own social circles within your classes or faculties will help as well because they will help to remind you when deadlines are coming. You guys can study together and align your calendars together so that at least you're not on this journey alone.
For me, I was very fortunate to be roomed with a random roomie who was really like a blessing in disguise. Because I think we were both from very different years. She was a postgrad in NIE and we were both having very different issues at hand. But I think we were both able to be there for each other because we used to stay in hall like every single day, right? So that's like the one person you would see day in, day out and you go to sleep. So I think, I was quite blessed to have a very strong support system like in hall. Yeah.
For me, I have a roommate who is also in the same faculty studying the same course as me. So naturally, our activities are always the same and we will study the same modules. So whenever I need help or whenever he needs help, we will just be there for each other.
So I think support systems are really important in that sense. With all this talk about wholesome student life, both in hall and in CCAs, I'm sure our viewers are curious to know, what are some CCAs in NTU that are special or unique to you?
For myself, I'm the Vice Pres for NTU Sports Club. So even though the name says Sports Club, but we don't actually play the sports because we look after all the recreational sports. For example, we have judo, aikido, cheerleading. There's even snooker and pool, bowling, and a lot of other sports. So under us, we actually have 23 member clubs. For our CCA, there's actually no prior experience needed. So we have a lot of people from different backgrounds, different courses, and they come in and we just help to look after member clubs as well as organize our own events such as Sports Challenge, where people can form their own teams to come and play against each other in NTU.
For me, I am from NTU Welfare Services Club, Publicity and Publications. I'm the vice chair, but there is no prior experience required. What I mean by prior experience is you can just join and pick up whatever skill from the different divisions under PNP, like digital imaging. That's where I wanted to pick up photography, which I did. Yeah, now I am taking pictures for my friends or taking pictures for myself in general, and I'm definitely loving it. Other than that, I am also in Hall 15 dance. It's called Blackout. So with someone like me with zero experience in dance, I just went in and I tested the open classes that they gave at the beginning. And I found myself liking girl style and also hip hop. Yeah, it was quite fun. And I'm also in Hall 15 Bash. This doesn't require any sort of experience as well. It just needs you to step out of your comfort zone and just express yourself the way you want to express to everybody.
How about you?
Okay, so I am currently in NTU Indian Dance and I'm the vice chairperson of it. So for me, I had absolutely no experience, which shows that you do not need experience to be part of this CCA. I think something that a lot of people coming in think about this CCA being something that is very like classically driven, because you think about Indian dance and think that it's something very niche and like it's a very like specific thing. It is not, because we do a lot of different styles. We have contem, we have hip hop, we have girl style as well. And I think something that I really can take away from this CCA is that I have found like a really strong support system, because we spend a lot of time together, because dance trainings take up a lot of time. Last year we had something called Joint Dance Concert, in which a lot of NTU dance CCAs take part in. And I think that is one major highlight of my dance experience so far in NTU, coming from someone who has absolutely no experience in dance and reaching somewhere to dance on the stage with people who are extremely talented. I think it taught me that, anything is really possible. You really don't have to constrict yourself and put a mental block that because you have no experience in it, you have no audacity to go and try it.
For sports club, the member clubs we take care of are actually more recreational. So some of them do go for competitions, but they will organize their own teams to send off. So for us, they will come to us if they need any logistics help, or when they're planning events, if they need any assistance. For our side, we focus more on events planning. So we actually have national events we hold outside, which is open to the public, the Surf and Sweat Bike Rally and National Vertical Marathon. Then within school, October, so about 2 months ago, we had our sports challenge, which we organized for NTU students, I mentioned just now. They can form teams and play against each other. Yeah. So up till now, I think my sports club friends are a few of my closest friends in uni, mainly because you spend so much time together, and in your course, you kind of you switch, you have different mods every sem, so you will see different people. But these are the same people that I've been seeing for the past almost 2 years now. I think if you find a CC in NTU, I think you guys can feel it as well. They are kind of your closer friends, because you will see them every week for training.
I think that sort of comfort zone that CCAs provide is another major reason why a lot of people join CCAs, because of the consistency that it offers, like what you all said. I'm sure NTU has a lot of other special and unique clubs as well, right? If I'm not wrong, I heard that there's a fishing club.
Oh yeah, I think I saw their booth at the Welcome Week event that we had in semester 1. I'm not sure if you guys saw the Welcome Week booth, but I saw there was a Japanese appreciation, culture appreciation club among a lot of other clubs. I feel like year 1 when you come in, it was more of a just try everything that comes your way, just try. Yeah, see what fits for you.
I think when you come into uni, it's not a compulsory thing to join CCA as compared to secondary school, if I may say so. So you would think twice whether you think that's something you can balance with the academics that comes with it. So I don't think I was one for joining any CCA, but I had a friend who encouraged me to join, and she was like, just join, it'll be fun. I was like, I don't have any experience, how can I join? Because she was a dancer. So I was the same thing about trying new things when you join university. So I just went for it, and I think it's something I don't ever want to take back. I think it was a fantastic decision, and I learned so many things from it.
Yeah, ultimately, I think it's just following your passion, where your heart lies, and where you want to grow from there.
If there was one myth that you'd like to bust about your various CCAs, what would you say it is?
I think the fact that you have to have prior experience before joining a CCA is actually not true. When you go into a CCA, even if you don't have the technical skill down, the people there will be very willing to teach you, and you will always have something that you can bring to the table. Maybe you can help them to organize their training sessions or to be the welfare manager to kind of lift everyone's spirits up. I think everyone has a strength that they can bring, even if it's not technically related to the sport or CCA that they are joining.
Always know that these CCAs can act as your strongest support system in school, especially because academic life is constantly changing, and you may not want to constantly surround yourself with people in your own faculty all the time. I think it limits your creativity and things you may want to talk about as well. So joining CCAs and being able to talk to different people from different faculties is always interesting and always has its own taste. Yeah.
Speaking of which, hall life actually plays a major part in our student life as well. So what halls are you from?
So I used to be in Hall 1 when I was year 2, and I'm currently staying in Hall 7 right now. A little bit more about the hall. So Hall 1 is said to be the oldest hall in NTU. I believe it is so. So it really has a village-looking vibe to it. But I think what is special about it to me is that the rooms are really huge. There's no aircon though, so there's just the fan, but the rooms are huge, so you can always have like your friends over, you can decorate the room and make it look really cute and stuff like that. That's about Hall 1. And then currently I'm in Hall 7, which is a complete different environment to it because it looks like a condominium, because it's with Tamarind as well. And so I'm kind of new to that hall because I only spent one semester there so far. So I've made a few friends, but it's a completely different vibe to it.
For me, I used to be from Hall 1 as well. In my year 1.
Oh, year 1.
Similar experience, very nice, homely kind of feel.
Yeah.
Then I moved on to Hall 15. A lot of people say that it's like a very quiet hall, but it's actually the opposite. Very lively as well. And I really love the environment there. It feels like a low-rise HDB block.
I'm right next to him, so I'm actually in 14, I think same as Simi. Yeah, so I think our hall has very homely vibes. It's also quite low-rise, I think maximum 5 floors. Yeah, but everyone there is very friendly and I enjoy the culture there. That's why I've been staying there for 2 years now.
For me, I was in Hall 9 in my first year, and I also had quite a workout, climbing 6 floors. But I really liked the friendships that I formed there, to the point that even though now I'm in a different hall, I'm in Hall Tamarind, I'm still in touch with my level 6 flatmates, and we all had this like Telegram group chat together.
For our Hall 14, right, every level also have their own group chat. We also have block group chats. Yeah, so we will arrange like hot pots and whatnot, then we can makan together.
We also have our block reps, then they'll decorate the board downstairs to make it feel more homely. Then you can write messages for each other. Yeah.
I think that initially, before I joined hall, I was quite concerned about how I would manage my academics and hall life because it's such a new experience, and I wasn't sure how to navigate through that. And I'm sure our viewers would have similar concerns as well. So what advice do you all have to give them as those who have experienced staying in hall life?
For myself, it's to find people who have similar goals as you, in the sense that maybe they want to focus more on stuff outside of academics, or if you want to focus on academics, that's okay as well. Just finding a social circle who has similar views as you, such that y'all can do everything together and you won't get easily distracted by them, because even though in hall there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to play, but if you find the wrong crowd, then you will get easily distracted from what goals you've set out for yourself.
I think I personally live super far away from NTU. So when I first wanted to join NTU, I think I was very sure that I wanted to join hall. Year 2, I luckily got hall. So I try to make the most out of it. And it is not like what everybody thinks, that all the halls are just there for you to stay. You know, there's a deeper value and deeper meaning to it. It goes back to what you make out of it. Yeah.
I think you also learn to be more independent because there's this space that you're in charge of in terms of keeping it clean and tidy, in terms of how you want to organize your things. And you might not exactly be used to being in charge of a space entirely by yourself, because at home there's always your parents or there's always someone else. So in that sense, it also teaches you a little bit more of what it's like to be independent.
Before we end the episode off, what is your biggest takeaway from NTU in student life?
So I think for me, the biggest takeaway is time management, because when you're in university, you know, it's your last chance before joining adulthood. So you want to try as many things as you possibly can, but at the same time, you want to be able to be able to juggle all of them at the same time. So for me, time management is the biggest thing.
Yeah, for me, it's always to do your research in whatever you do, and also to enjoy the moment, just follow your heart. As well as lastly, to understand that if you're nervous, everybody else is just as nervous as you.
I think in year one, I really felt that when I was trying to find like my group of friends that I could go through university life with. Because my biggest takeaway is actually that you should find this social circle that you can rely on, that you guys can go through everything together. Because you guys have similar goals and aspirations, so you will not get easily distracted. And you really have to put yourself out there to do that. You have to go out and talk to people. You have to go out and make more friends, especially through orientations or whatever CCAs or activities that you do in NTU. So it's really about putting yourself out there and trying to find these people that you can really build a connection with.
I agree. And this willingness is what will take you far in your university life. So if not for trying things that I would have never tried before, I wouldn't have discovered so many things.
I think what's very important as well is also learning how to say no to other people. So you don't feel pressured to do something that you don't wish to or you don't have time to do. Yeah, so having the ability to say no is very crucial, especially in hall.
I think also choose your time to have fun. I feel like when I graduate from uni, the things that I remember is things like going out for late night suppers with my friends. Definitely not every day, but once in a while, you know, going out for night cycles or maybe just having fun with your friends and relaxing after a long day of work. I think it's something that I will treasure from university. Yeah.
I think it's like striking the balance, right? Not always saying no, but not always saying yes at the same time. So I think when you first join, it's super intimidating. You're not able to get a hold of it and find your footing. But as the semesters go by, as you get more friends, as you learn through your experiences, I think you start to find the balance, and it proves that you are able to survive. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing about your hall and CCA life and how we can strike a balance between academic and school life. And thank you for watching today's episode. Make sure to check out the previous episode, but don't forget to
Like,
Share.
And subscribe!
At ntu.su. Don't forget to check out our bonus episode where you'll finally get to meet our highly anticipated special guests. And with that, thank you for watching Cosy